at one point I was standing up on the bar stool, raging to fiend, and I literally slipped. And thank God Bobby caught me, but I banged my whole side on the bar stool. Me and Nick hit heads, and we weren't even in
Yeah.
GA, and I was getting beat up there.
Yeah.
Um,
We ended up moshing just the six of us up on the bridge.
yeah,
Dude, I was getting on top of like the back glass, getting the people hyped up behind us in like the seats behind us. I was like, "Come
dude,
on!"
yeah, that was electric. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 22 of the Two Man Podcast. Carl, how's it going today?
Dude, I just realized something. The two man podcast, two twos, episode 22. Let's fucking go,
We got to be
baby.
in for
Let's
a good
do
one
it.
then. We're in
Oh
for a
yeah.
good one.
Hell yeah. Dude, I'm doing good. How are you? How was your weekend, man? How was your weekend?
It was great. 2024 has been off to a hot start this last weekend, as you know, but I'll tell the rest of the audience. Came back to Long Island, celebrated me and Taylor's birthday, had a little joint party at my parents' house. Might have been the first time they were gone and since I've been born. Honestly, I can remember a
Yeah,
vacation they've been on that I
that's
haven't
kind
been
of
there.
wild.
So good for them, happy for them. But
Yeah, good for them.
yeah, so invited a bunch of my friends, our friends, over to the house, and I'm pretty sure to this exact moment we're still recovering from
Oh yeah.
all the partying. We just stayed in the house, had some
Yeah,
cakes, some
man.
good eats, and some good drinks.
Yeah, till 4 a.m., dude. We're fucking crazy.
Was it? Oh,
Yeah.
it was. Yeah, I
I
forgot.
left
Jeez.
I left your house at 4 a.m., dude. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, I all I remember is like I felt like I was that last kid. I was that kid who didn't want to be the one to say like I'm done having a catch. Like when you're just having a catch with
Yes.
someone, I just didn't
Yeah.
want to be that kid. But I was sitting there for the last 30 minutes of you and Jimmy talking, just staring at the wall with my eyes open, just saying, I hope one of these guys tap out soon because I don't want to be that guy. But luckily, you kind
Luckily,
of
it was
were.
me. You're
But I,
welcome.
I can't even say you were that guy because it was 4 a.m. I was dead. I was ready to go to bed for sure. We were traveling all day,
Yeah,
so
dude, I had to be that guy. I was like, oh, this fucking. I was like, I wish I could stay, man. I really wish,
yeah,
but I was like, it's late. I don't get it though. Like, why is it that we have some of the best conversations past 2 a.m.? Like that like rule like your mom would always tell you like nothing good happens after
happens.
2
Yeah,
a.m. And
yeah,
I would agree with that statement that if you are out past 2 a.m. and like not like home, like either where you started the pregame or you're
yeah.
like in your own house, nothing good happens after 2 a.m.
No, no.
I feel like the best conversations when you're with your boys happen after 2
Yeah.
a.m.
No, 100%. That was just another reason I didn't want the party to end, the conversation to end because we were just having great conversations about college memories and
Yeah,
all the other sorts of stuff, just the three of us. So, yeah, no,
elite.
after 2 a.m. and definitely kind of what you talk about. I'm just in the ripe age of 24 where I just want house parties. It's
The
really
ripe age
just
of
it's really
24.
just so nice and like pretty selfishly when it's my own house because, I can always just go up to my own bed or anything, but even if it's a house nearby or that I know someone like and I have a spot laid out to sleep, I think it's just so perfect because you can just drink all day. Your drinks stay in the fridge, they stay cold, readily
Yeah.
accessible. You don't have to go through a crowd to get another drink, and you just keep drinking and having a good time, being able to talk to everyone and not hear music blasting in your ears. I sound very old, but it's a lot of
No, I
fun.
mean like even with like music blasting too, like it's definitely nice a good change up like instead
Yeah.
of going to like the bar every weekend. So
Hmm.
I can't wait for us all to have a big house one day just in our
Hmm.
cul-de-sac at the end of the block
Of
with our
course.
little kitties running around,
Yep.
our wives making us sandwiches while we're sitting on the back porch smoking a cigar and drinking beers.
Yes, exactly. All six of us just sitting there like grown-ups.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
exactly in the movie. But yeah, no, it was a lot of fun, and I was glad to get everyone together. Thank you, everybody, for getting me such nice and gracious gifts. I have enough
Yeah,
alcohol to
congrats.
hopefully
Yeah,
last me through 2024. Fingers
yeah,
crossed.
that'll last probably till like I'll give you some time. May. I think
Yeah,
May.
the high noons and stuff probably a good bet for that. The liquor that's going to be a lot longer if I even
Yeah.
open it at all. Uh, but yeah, I got some nice bottles of tequila. Taylor got plenty of wine, so we're definitely
Oh
set
yeah.
with we're definitely set with that for a while. But
All the
I
wine she got is crazy.
I know I think my favorite game was Bob for Cake. That was my first time hearing about that. Completely
Dude,
forgot
I'm
about
gonna
that.
have to get that clip from Courtney, from Sam. Sam
Yeah.
recorded it. Oh my God, that shit is hilarious. We should do that more.
Yeah, and for anyone that doesn't know what Bob for cake is, it sounds just like Bob for apples, but obviously instead of apples, it's cake. So, everyone has big piece of cake in front of them. You put your hands behind your back and it's like a pie eating contest. You try and eat the cake as quick as possible. And I thought I had a pretty good time. I had it in 2 bites. I look over. My friend Bobby, he had that cake deleted before I could even breathe. So,
Dude, Bobby is otherworldly, man. I mean,
yeah,
we were funneling, like Jill brought down the funnel from her room that Courtney gave her as a gift like 3 years ago that we
yeah,
barely ever used.
yeah.
And I think Bobby's time was like under one
It-
second.
yeah,
A full beer.
it was like a little bit above one. And
Yeah, a little bit under one.
when you think about it, like that's a beer. That's a full
Yeah,
beer.
full
Like
beer.
just gone in a second. Like I always see those videos of those guys who can just like open up their throats and have like a whole pint or
A whole
whatever. And I
pint.
think
Yeah, those are crazy.
those are crazy too. But seeing that, and then he went back to back to try and beat the time too. He was just he was
Wild.
having yeah, it was fun. I stink at funneling and chugging, and I'll call myself that. I had like a time of 8.
Dude, he was like
Um,
this though, and it was like,
yeah,
done, done,
yeah,
done.
no, absolute
Absolutely
animal.
toast.
Yeah, everyone talked the next day too about how they were just in disrepair. I remember sitting at the diner the next day, and I
Yeah,
was just drinking my water and just
just
trying to
shaking.
yeah. So, but it was definitely a fun time. Can't remember the last time my friends have sang happy birthday to me. So that was also a nice touch.
Oh, really? I feel like we always do Friendly's Got a Birthday song.
Yeah, but I haven't. I feel like I haven't celebrated birthday with like that many friends in a long time because I have
That's a
that.
fact, though.
I have like that. Actually, well, last year Courtney and them sang it to me actually, and Casey,
Yeah,
Josh, and Jamie. But I'm a December 28th birthday. That's a winter birthday, so I
yeah,
feel like most of the time we didn't have school or we were home from college and stuff. So like I didn't get to be with all my friends. So that was definitely a lot of fun. Again, appreciate all of it and all the gifts. It was definitely good.
yeah. I think the top three birthday songs I think that we like to sing is, my number one's got to be Friendly's birthday
Friendlies,
song. It's
100%. Yeah.
classic.
Yeah. Whoever
Uh,
doesn't know that, if you're not from Long
yeah.
Island, you got to learn it because it's
Or
great.
if you've never been to a Friendly's before, like educate yourself, go to a Friendly's.
Yeah. Go to Friendlies.
And then I like the 50 Cent, It's Your Birthday,
Hmm.
Go Shawty, It's Your Birthday. And then I think the classic regular Happy Birthday has gotta be number three.
Yeah, I agree. My dad always used to play the Beatles' "Happy Birthday" song too.
Oh, that's a good one.
And then one that's just an underrated one. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but Jimmy used to sing one all the time when he called his family at school, and it's on YouTube somewhere. And it's like this whole "Happy Birthday" song. It's like "Happy Birthday, you're getting 1 year
I know.
old." Yeah,
Yes, I
yeah,
love when he sings that one.
yeah, exactly. So that's definitely a honorable mention one for sure. But yeah, definitely a lot of fun. Hot start to 2024.
Hot start, man. Hot start. Very excited. Uh, very good episodes too from us. I mean, 2024 is being kicked off with a great start with the two-man podcast. I
Yeah.
love it, man. I love it.
No, it's off to a great start and kind of talks about just how crazy 2024 has already been. I think we were like
I
4 or 5
know.
days in. We had, the Emmys, the NFL playoffs we'll talk about a little later. We had the Jeffrey Epstein files kind of get leaked a little bit, those
Yes,
disclosed. But I think the craziest one, which I would love to talk about a little bit more, is those aliens in Miami or the rumored aliens
dude.
in the Miami
Yes.
Mall. That was nuts. And as a big alien advocate, I was following that thing closely.
Yeah, man, I saw a bunch of stuff on TikTok and then like even the news. Basically, it started with or basically the cover was them saying that there was a like I guess juvenile brawl happening. Like there was
Mhm.
like what juvenile delinquency happening.
Yeah,
But if you look at the picture, which will like clip when I clip this in TikTok, it was literally just like a bunch of cops just spread down the whole coast, like
yeah,
an army of cop cars.
yeah,
You're telling me that was for a couple of, juvenile kids like getting in
yeah.
trouble? Nah, there was definitely some other stuff going on there. There's no way.
No, and regardless if it's not aliens or not, there was a lot more going on there. I know they said like the teens or the juveniles, they had like firecrackers, so obviously that could sound like gunshots and whatnot. And there was some videos of the fights breaking out. But you're telling me in this day of age, yeah,
Yeah.
age,
Day and
whatever.
age,
You're
yeah.
telling me in this technology, with the phones we have, that not
Nobody got
one
it.
video was recorded? Because like if it was a teen fight, I think there would be videos everywhere. I think if it was aliens or something more suspicious, everyone
Yeah.
they're surrounding that area, so no one gets out with a video of what actually happened there.
Yeah,
That's
I
just the
think so
way
too.
I viewed it. And then because there was obviously rumors of 8 to 10 gray creatures walking around,
Yeah, like
shadow creatures.
they were like 17 feet tall or something, like
Yeah,
something
there was
crazy. They
all.
were like super tall.
Yeah,
And you definitely like can see it on the small or like the shots that I saw. Like it's not like a clear as day picture,
yeah,
but it's like very sketchy where it was like that definitely could have been something, or it was maybe just like a shadow. But
yeah,
I don't know, man. Just the fact that like we've had reports that there's 100% like clarity that there are aliens on the planet.
yeah,
We have UFO sightings. We know that the government has like encountered like
yeah. They've come
aliens,
out and said it.
extraterrestrial
Yeah,
life. Yeah, they've come out and said it, but then when something happens, they keep it all hush hush.
yeah.
Like I don't like that. Like why did they do that? Like I feel
No,
like I understand like 20 years ago if they were to bring that mass chaos, like everybody would go crazy. But
yeah.
now we're at the point where it's like just fucking say it already.
No, I
Just do
know.
it.
No, I know exactly. But yeah, we're at the age where we have been through a lot, especially in our only 20 plus years of living. And I feel like if that
Yeah.
happened, just say it and say you have it under control instead of shutting down this whole area. Because I know I believe there was a small power outage in the surrounding radius of the mall
Yeah.
as well, and also they shut down, I
Mm-hmm.
think, the airspace above. All rumors. Who are we? Don't come to the news for us. We're just
Yeah.
speaking off rumors. But yeah, so many people were saying eyewitness accounts of what happened that night. And the fact that there isn't videos, some will say like, "Oh, who wouldn't have a video of an alien?" Well, maybe that's why there's so many cops. Maybe that's why they surrounded it, saying, "Hey, anyone that was in there, give me your phone, and we're deleting that because this can't get out." Because
Dude,
I don't know
they
if the
must
world's
have
ready
paid
for
him
it.
off or something.
Yeah,
You don't think the world's ready for it?
I don't know. I'm trying to think if it is or isn't because I did just say that we've been through a lot, but to think that there's I don't know 12-foot creatures that could just be walking around because some people just said they were shadows popping up out of nowhere. Some
Yeah.
said they were shooting back. Obviously,
Shooting back. That's sick.
everyone was throwing out all these rumors. I just was on a big Twitter into a big Twitter hole that day,
It's a
but
big Twitter thread.
yeah, all
Just
day.
scrolling.
Yeah, I was having a lot of fun because I was like, wow, so many cops for a fight, and then once someone said aliens, I was like, we're locked in.
We're
Let's
locked
see what's
in. We're
going
locked
on.
in. Yeah, I mean,
um,
I don't know, man. I think the world would be ready for it, man. I mean, we have so much media and like pop culture just surrounding aliens. I mean,
yeah,
like, look at everybody who loves Star Wars, dude. Like, if you were to tell me Yoda was real, like, that'd be freaking dope.
that's true.
Like,
That's
come
true.
on, like, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? And I mean, obviously, yes, it is a little bit scary that there might be people out there who are more technologically advanced than us, maybe
Hmm.
smarter than us, because especially like humans are very um we are very used to being the smartest people in the room. We're the
True.
smartest people on the planet. Nobody can beat us, right? So
Yeah.
if there's to be somebody who's smarter than us, light years ahead of us, I guess that how it could be a little bit intimidating. But it's like you're telling me one out of 100 billion trillion planets, we're the only living thing.
Oh yeah. There's
Yeah,
no shot about
no
that. Yeah.
shot.
There's no way.
So there's gotta be somebody, and they've definitely been here because I think we've talked about this on the podcast before. Those pyramids were not built themselves.
No, they were
Um,
not. I will. I
yeah,
will go to the grave and
yeah.
die. That's the first question if I ever see an alien. Is like, how'd you build it? Not if. How.
How? I mean, I get it. There was definitely a bunch of like enslaved people building those like pyramids,
Yeah.
but the aliens had to have helped. There's no shot.
Yeah.
There's no shot.
Yeah.
There's no shot.
No, absolutely no shot.
You're
I
telling me a
believe it.
pulley system was pulling those big ass rocks up there?
I don't think you
No.
could do it nowadays with the technology we have.
Yeah,
And they always say like, oh, there was a million slaves, like whatever. Of course they're gonna do it. They were fed water and bread like once a week.
yeah. What?
Anywho,
Yeah, maybe
uh,
the slaves were aliens because there's no way that they were strong enough to do that.
yeah,
Like
they would have
that's
to be
crazy.
super soldiers or something.
Yeah, super solid. Yeah, unless they were freaking a bunch of Steve Rogers out there.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, just going back to the Miami thing. Yeah, it's crazy, and obviously it's just kind of dying down now. And they also always
Yeah,
bring up like, obviously, like I feel like when the Epstein files came out, now this big news came out. It's like, oh no one's always everyone's talking about the Miami aliens, and then all of a sudden
yeah,
it's like, what? Like I don't like obviously believe them, but I just
yeah.
love believing this conspiracies to an extent because everyone has facts to back it up for and against. But I think it's always just an interesting topic to talk about, and I like to believe it sometimes.
Yeah, so let us know, guys. Do you think aliens
Yeah,
are real? Because I'm on the page and I think the world is ready. So
fair enough.
Tyler maybe is a little shaky about it,
Yeah,
but I think they're real.
I'm
All in favor,
ready.
say aye. Say aye.
I mean,
Aye.
I'm ready. Yeah, I'm ready, but I don't
Aye.
know if the world is exactly.
But yeah, on to our next topic we have here, Tyler. Um, Talking about Miami, a great place to go visit if you're an alien. Let's talk about some other great places to visit if you're not an alien and if you're a
Yep.
human on in the world. So
Hmm.
speaking of some cool trips, I got a couple of cool trips planned. We kind of teased it the last episode, and
Yep.
when this drops Friday, I will actually be in Nashville. So super excited to go to Nashville. It's definitely on my bucket list of places that I've wanted to travel to.
Hmm.
One thing I know for sure is that I want to get a cowboy hat or cowboy boots.
Nice.
So the next pod, you will definitely see me rocking either a cowboy hat or cowboy boots,
Or both. Hopefully both.
or both. If I get both, man, I mean, I think they're like super bred. Like I'm pretty sure like a hat, like minimum is like $200.
Really? Well, you could
Yeah,
probably get a cheaper hat. I would get like an average hat, and I would get like the real snake skin boots. Those might
yeah.
be bread.
I don't know if I would want like really tall ones though, or like the shorter ones. You know what I mean?
Like kind of calf or like almost knee high, or like
Yeah,
what's the
kind of.
shorter one? Like
Well, like
ankle?
I would feel like knee high would be like the longer ones,
How
and I
drippy are
feel
these?
like,
Yeah,
dude, they gotta be trippy. They
I'm
gotta be
curious
trippy.
now.
Yeah, I know they're. I'm pretty sure they're really expensive. I know this one girl who went over the summer, who worked with me, and she went twice this summer, and the first time she went, she said that like on the high end, you could get a hat for like 700, $800. I'm like, that's crazy amount of money.
For a
Like
cowboy hat?
for a cowboy hat.
Jeez.
Yeah. And then like she was like, I found this like random guy like on the side of the street. Like it was like a custom hat. Like she's like, I got my initials on the side. Like I was able to put a feather, like whatever like color I wanted, whatever like lace around it, you
Sure.
know?
Yeah,
And she's
customize
like,
a
I
little bit.
paid like I think the base was like 150. She said she paid like 220, you know? So like even that is still kind of expensive for a hat.
Dude, what?
And
I
like
would get.
how often am I gonna wear a cowboy hat?
Yeah, really. I feel like you could wear the boots more.
I
Oh,
mean,
these boots are nice.
if I lived in Nashville or I lived in Texas or like somewhere where you could wear a cowboy hat, I would. I don't think it's socially acceptable to wear that on Long Island.
I mean, it could be, but yeah, I feel like you just wouldn't wear it as much. Even these boots. I mean, these boots are nice, and it's the price you were kind of talking about. Obviously, some are like 500, 600, but
Yeah.
at least these are like anywhere from 150 to 250.
I feel like you could wear those feel like you could wear like the boots like more casually because apparently
You
they're
could.
super comfortable. My mom bought cowboy boots. She went this past summer. They went to Nashville or
Yeah.
the summer before. I think it was the summer before they went to a wedding there.
Uh-huh.
And she got cowboy boots and she literally wears those cowboy boots like n- 6 out of 7 days a week. Like she
I
wears them
believe.
all the time.
Well, if you get something like this,
Yeah,
you could also like cover it up if you're wearing jeans because
that's
you're
what
not
I'm
gonna wear
saying.
these with
Yeah,
shorts, so you're only gonna see the bottom, and it looks like a nice dress shoe.
yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, that's crazy though. So maybe not both. Pick your poison,
Maybe
but
both.
that's fun. I'm happy.
We'll see how drunk I get.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm happy to hear it's one of those things like made the group chat. I feel like any group of friends you're in has talked about going
always
to Nashville with you for like the last 4, 5 years.
no, literally, yeah. I, I definitely think too, like once I go, I'm gonna like love it so much and I'm gonna be like, all right, boys, like we gotta make another trip. Like we gotta
Oh
make a
yeah,
bigger
because
trip, get a bigger Airbnb. All of us gotta go. We go for a couple of days, you
yeah,
know.
and you got to go in the summer too, because I know
Yeah.
it might be a little cooler, a little warmer in January, but I think you go like June, July.
I looked, it's still gonna be brick. I'm pretty sure like
In
the
June, July.
low is 18. No,
Oh
no,
right. Oh
sorry.
right now.
Sorry, right
Oh
now. Yeah, when I go, it's like gonna be like 18 degrees, which is crazy. I would have thought maybe it would be a little bit warmer in January.
you would think closer
Like,
to the equator, a little more
yeah,
south.
I mean, it's not like super south though, I guess. So
No, it's obviously I didn't expect it to
yeah.
be 80, but
Yeah, I mean, I was expecting maybe like 50s, 60s,
that's
but
what I
like,
thought.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be like 18, high of
I
maybe
mean,
like
it's
38.
still going to be fun because regardless, I know I've seen so many videos. They have like a barstool bar, and
Oh, that's like
every
that's
country singer has bars down there.
yeah,
And I know there's other
that's like number
places.
one on my list. I want to go to the Barstool place.
Yeah,
I know Jimmy Buffett has a place down there. Want to go to the Jimmy Buffett place.
nice. Yeah,
Yeah, and pretty much kind of just going with the flow. We're just gonna go see where we like. I'm gonna do some research while I'm on the plane and be like, all right, cool places to go, and
yeah. No,
then just
and,
hit
and
up
I'm
whatever.
I'm sure there's definitely been other people, like you said, you were already talking to someone. You can talk to different people, see what they recommend. Oh, you
Yeah.
should see our friend John Bobish.
Yo,
You should hit him
dude,
up, see
what
what
a
he's doing.
pull. I should hit him up.
I think he should still be
Yo,
living there.
yeah,
Shout out
he
John
should be.
Bobish.
Shout out Johnny B. Yeah, dude. So John, if you watch our podcast,
Yeah,
please await to hear from me because I will
yeah.
be there Thursday night to Sunday afternoon.
Yeah,
So
because I remember I last time we talked to him, I was asking him how he got any work done because I think his office was right there on Broadway or
yeah,
whatever the main street is. So basically, you would clock out at the end of the day and go right to a bar, which was just really great. And you, especially time of the year, I mean,
ridiculous.
over the summer, you're just seeing people partying 24/7.
Yeah, it's cool,
So
man.
no, that's gonna be fun. I would love to get to Nashville one day and get a trip going. You'll have to report back.
Yeah, I'll have to report back. And then the other trip, making a quick turnaround, the next week I'm going to Colorado, so hitting up a couple of mountains. Definitely another one of my things on my bucket list. I mean, I've only ever hit like for
Mhm.
any of you skiers out there, I've only hit like the northeastern mountains. So like my favorite couple of mostly the New York mountains like Wyndham, Hunter, which aren't like super pristine mountains. They're definitely like fun to go to.
Mhm.
The nicer mountains like I've been to on the East Coast, like New Hampshire or Vermont, like Killington or Okemo.
Mhm.
Those are really nice. But going to like some Western
Oh yeah.
no, like that's where the real powder is, and like I'm
Oh,
super stoked. Like I am so freaking happy. I can't wait to,
that's where the
hit the
real
slopes.
powder is.
Yes, the
That's
real
awesome.
powder is, man. Not including drugs. I'm talking about snow.
We're talking about real skiing,
Real
folks.
skiing. I'm not hitting the slopes, not talking about that kind. I'm talking about the skiing kind. So yeah, I'm super excited. I'm gonna visit my cousin out there, stay at his house for
Nice.
a little bit. Yeah, dude, I'm super excited. Got a lot of stuff planned,
Yeah.
so I will definitely update you guys all on how that goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, is there anywhere in the country, Tyler, like besides like Nashville we just talked about that like,
Mhm.
or Colorado that you like really want to go to?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty biased. I've always wanted to get to San Francisco. I know
Yeah,
people shit on the area a lot and say it's not as nice, but I wouldn't even go for the city itself. I want to see Alcatraz, and I also obviously want to catch a couple San Francisco Giants games out there.
that'd be dope.
I want to do one in the Bay and one inside the stadium. I would love to catch two games back to back.
Yeah,
And then yeah, I
that'd be
know there's a
dope.
couple other nice things to see around there. That's one place if we're talking about like within the country.
Dude, if I were
That I
to
want to
go
see.
there, I would love to go to the Golden Bridge, right? The Golden
Yeah,
Gate Bridge.
yeah,
And I would love to just see like maybe like the places where they were supposed to Full House. I would love that show and how it was like
yeah,
set in San Francisco. I
yeah.
don't know if they actually filmed in San Francisco or if it was some random set in like LA, but like there's got to
Yeah.
be some
The-
house that looks like the Full House.
no, there is. I'm pretty sure there's a Full House there.
That's dope.
Yeah, maybe it's not in San Francisco. It's got to be close though, because I
It's
know what
got
you're
to be
saying.
close.
Like I
Yeah.
think the outside of the house, and then
Yeah,
obviously the set might have been somewhere else, but I'm pretty sure like the outside of the Full House is there. But
that's
I don't know
cool.
if they recorded in it.
I gotta
Um,
find that.
but no, that would be a good one. I know the whole West Coast has other national parks and stuff. I would love to see those eventually too, but
Yeah.
definitely San Francisco's on the list and Colorado I would love to go to too. I'm not a big avid skier, but I know they have great views and maybe even in the summer could go hiking and see some nice mountain ranges and stuff like that. Whatever
Yeah,
else is over there.
one thing I'm upset I'm missing is going to that insane concert venue there. I forget the name of it, but it's got
Is it
the
Red Rocks? Is it that
yeah,
one?
the Red Rocks,
Something
yeah,
like
the
that?
Red Rocks venue. Like that place looks absolutely
Yeah,
insane.
that looks
The
cool.
the just like any concert that I've seen videos from there just looks
Hmm.
so sick.
Hmm.
I think Mike Langus's fiance, Emily Schubert, shout out Emily, her and her brother
Fiance.
went to go see they went to go see Arctic Monkeys there.
Oh,
And
nice.
Yeah, and apparently it was like she was like it was the best concert like ever. And I was like, "Are you like a huge Arctic like Monkey fan?" Like I only know like maybe two songs from them.
Yeah.
I don't think I could even tell you who any of the band members are. I
Nope.
just know maybe like one song.
Yeah.
And she was like, "I'm not like a huge fan. Like I obviously know some songs. Like my brother is probably a bigger fan."
Yeah.
And she was like, "Dude, like it was just such a great show. Like the atmosphere, like the vibrations from like the acoustics like coming off of the rocks just sounds so cool."
Yeah,
And I'm
I
like,
could
"Oh,
imagine.
it's awesome."
Yeah, I would love to get there one day too. I forgot. You said that's in Colorado?
Yeah, it's in Colorado. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool to go back and go see that. I kind of forgot
Yeah.
about that. I don't even know who performs there ever, but if there's anyone ever good and we could
Yeah.
time it, that'd be nice.
We got to get Travis to perform there.
Yeah, he'll probably break the rocks. That crowd would absolutely slam through those rocks.
No, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, that actually kind of leads into our next topic.
Exactly. I did that on purpose.
We we we,
I'm
we
sick.
talked we talked a lot about the start to 2024, but something Nick brought up to our attention is that in the end of 2023, we saw Travis Scott at Madison Square Garden at quite possibly
Yes,
the
we
greatest
did.
show on the tour.
Oh
In
yeah.
our biased and not biased opinion, it was
Hmm.
an electric time the six of us had. Real great show he put on.
Dude, he killed it, man. Like I think that that was definitely his best show on the tour.
Hmm.
I think our seats weren't as good for when we saw Drake there because we went to the same place. If anybody who's been to MSG,
Yeah.
we went to the Sky Bridge. When we went to see Drake, there was like
Hmm.
really nothing kind of blocking our view. Like
Yeah.
the what's
It
it
was
called
it
that
was
I'm
just
looking
the
for? The
MSG
Jumbotron.
Jumbotron was that
Yeah,
was it.
yeah. And then Travis had like this big like circular like surrounding
It,
Jumbotron
it
that
literally looked like
surrounded
the
like the whole arena.
Jumbotron. I compared it to the one in AT&T Stadium in
Yes.
Dallas.
Yeah.
It was the biggest thing you've ever seen. Needed kind
Yeah.
of for his whole show, but
Exactly.
giant. It blocked
Yeah,
him.
it was crazy, but like from our view, it was really hard to see him. You had to probably be like down further.
Hmm.
I know shout out to our boys Dan K, Mike Kloss, JA, and Dot. They all got literally GA seats and they were literally in touching distance of Travis Scott, which is freaking dope.
And they survived.
And they survived. So good on them because
Yeah,
that he played for any Travis fans out there, he played Fiend 15 times at our tour.
dude.
15 times.
I left that concert. All of us talked about it. We were woke up the next morning, still sore, still
Yeah.
exhausted. We were hurting, necks, backs, ankles, everything. I remember at one point I was standing up on the bar stool, raging to fiend, and I literally slipped. And thank God Bobby caught me, but I banged my whole side on the bar stool. Me and Nick hit heads, and we weren't even in
Yeah.
GA. And I was getting beat up there.
Yeah.
Um,
We ended up moshing just the six of us up on the bridge.
yeah.
Dude, I was getting on top of like the back glass, getting the people hyped up behind us in like the seats behind us. I was like, "Come
Dude,
on!"
yeah, that was electric. Just I can't listen to Fiend the same because he would just keep playing it over and over again,
I know,
and then him playing the part with Check West that didn't make it in Fiend, and then going into
dude.
Mo Bamba back to
Was
Fiend.
dope.
I mean, that was I probably burned like 10,000 calories that night because
10,000
it
calories.
was just nonstop raging and moshing with just the six of us, and
Dude,
yeah,
I
every
was
song was so great
headbanging
live.
so hard, bro. I was like this going crazy
Dude, I
headbang.
know.
I woke up the next day, I couldn't move, like I couldn't turn my head. I had to move like this. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Watching the video back was great. I came back at like 4 a.m. and I had to go take a shower. I was like, I'm soaked.
dude, drenched,
Yeah,
drenched.
no, it was an electric concert for sure. And anyone who lives in the place he's going to soon, I highly recommend
Yeah.
going and seeing him. Tickets were not that expensive. And it was just the experience. He played the whole like 2 straight hours. The openers weren't. I didn't love him. Tizo touchdown.
Yeah,
He
Tizo
was all right.
touchdown. I mean, he was all right. I mean, the best thing about him was he played songs off of Utopia
And for all the dogs.
and for all the dogs.
Yeah,
So that was like the best part. Was he's like, "Yeah, you know that guy, you know this song?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm on it." And I'm like, "Cool."
that
Had no
that
idea,
was his
dude.
only fame. Yeah, is that he
Yeah,
was
no
on the
idea.
song.
Yeah. But no, he overall the concert was freaking awesome, dude. And like
Hmm.
just Travis in general, man, he just doesn't miss. This past weekend,
Hmm.
he was on two features of two albums that came out, a Kid Cudi Insano, and then what's the name of 21 Savage's album? Think it was, I have it right here.
I remember the name of the song. It was like "Ni Na."
Yeah. Oh yeah, American Dream, the 21 Savage
That
album.
makes sense.
And on Sano it was Get Off Me. He absolutely killed it. And
Yeah,
then even yeah, Nine, that song on 21 Savage's album, Fire as well.
yeah.
I think that there's three people, or maybe four people,
Hmm.
four artists right now that if they're on a feature, it is can't miss. I don't think it
Hmm.
doesn't matter. You can literally play like My Little Pony theme song, the
Yeah.
beat, and then you can put just a Travis or what's it called verse on top of it,
Yeah.
and it will still be fire. And I literally would love to see that happen because that would be awesome.
Yeah.
But I think it goes Travis, Drake, obviously,
Hmm.
and then I think 21 and Little Baby are the four guys right now. If they
Yeah.
feature on a song, that it's an absolutely can't miss verse.
Yeah, I think
Can't
those are
miss.
good. I think those are definitely good ones. I'd also throw in J. Cole and Lil Durk
Yeah,
recently as well.
definitely. Yeah,
But no, I would have to agree with those as well. Well, I mean, obviously Drake and Travis are also just for the name.
yeah,
People will listen to those songs first on any album. I'm pretty sure there was a song recently Drake also featured on, and I believe it was fully in Spanish, and it was like the number one
yeah,
song on the charts for the week. You know, it doesn't matter what language he's even featuring on. He's
yeah.
still gonna
It's
kill
just
it,
he's
and
in
he's
it.
still
Yeah,
and
he
he's
kills it.
you know the names there, but yeah, no, it was definitely good. Travis, just hearing it's not even always the auto tune, but just hearing that that beat and Trav coming in, you know it's about to be good. I definitely enjoy seeing him, and I hope to see him again. Honestly, maybe he'll go on tour again here soon.
Yeah, man. He's insane.
Yeah,
I He'll probably go on tour maybe next year again. He'll probably take a break.
he
I know
he
he likes to take a break every while from making music, so he'll start cooking something later on.
he actually has. I've seen him hinting at actually having a stadium show at MetLife.
Yes, I mean I'm pretty sure he said it at our concert too, because at the
No,
concert we were at,
probably.
uh, I think he said he was like, "Yo, this is freaking awesome. We're sold out in here." He's like, "Next time it's gonna be so big we won't be able to even fit in this place, so we'll have to pack out MetLife instead." And everybody went
Oh, he
crazy
did
for
he
that.
did say that. That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
I've never been to a concert at MetLife. Have you?
No, I mean, yeah, my first time at MetLife and only time at MetLife has been a football game, so the Jets game just last month.
Yeah,
So I've never seen
which
the
is
concert
cool.
there. I wonder how they are, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like I know you've been to a concert at City Field. I've never been at a
Hmm.
concert that really wasn't an arena.
Hmm.
Like, I've been to Barclays, MSG, and I've been to a couple in Connecticut
Yeah,
and one in Boston, but they've all been like either, basketball arenas or,
true.
smaller like
Hmm.
venues. I've never really been to a big stadium, so I wonder what that would be like. But you went to the City Field one. How was that?
I went to one at City Field, and honestly, just remembered I also went to one at Yankee Stadium.
Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen Grateful Dead at City Field, and I've seen the Jonas Brothers at Yankee Stadium. And both were really good. I mean, it sounds good. They obviously make the stage big enough and the screens big enough and have plenty of speakers that, at least in my experiences in my seats, I was pretty fortunate enough to really hear them great and see them great. And the atmosphere is just great because there's so many people. It's obviously not
Yeah,
every seat because they've been set up in the outfield, so obviously the seats behind them, but then they'll have GA on the field and then kind of first and third base line and home plate. But yeah, I've enjoyed it outside. MetLife might be a little different because that's even bigger.
yeah,
Um,
it's insane. I mean, I know Taylor Swift. I've seen like videos and stuff from her concert
yeah,
when she just did her tour this past year. Insane.
dude, nuts.
So I can only imagine what like Travis would do.
Yeah.
I feel like he would just literally, I don't know what he would do. He might lift the whole like stadium up or something. He'll put rockets on the bottom and lift the whole
Yeah,
stadium.
maybe honestly, yeah, he's had roller coasters indoors and
Yeah,
other props. I would love to see what he would did out there. I was gonna say the same thing about Taylor Swift. She did it
yeah,
right, and she had the big screens and the stage down the middle and everything. So there's a few
crazy.
artists, and there's only a few artists
That can do
herself,
that.
Travis, that can
Yeah,
fill up a whole NFL stadium.
yeah. Uh, I would be super excited to see that. I definitely want to get myself out to a big stadium concert like that. It would be absolutely sick. I know who does one. I know Ed Sheeran, he does one at MetLife every year, like or
Does
maybe
he?
like every like 2 years.
Hmm.
And I'm pretty sure Mike Cottrell went there and he said it was like the coolest experience ever. Like he's just a great performer.
Yeah.
So definitely we'll have to look out to see when there's a next big stadium tour of from somebody going on. I
Yeah.
would even go to Taylor Swift. Like
Oh,
no cap.
100%. Yeah. It's so
Like
much money. If I had it,
yeah,
I'm there.
yeah, it would be so cool.
Me,
I would love to see that.
yeah, me and Taylor were watching her last tour, like the Eras tour. She has a
Yeah.
movie and then she has like an
Yeah, I want
extended
to watch
version.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we rented it and we watched like the first couple hours of it. Unbelievable. It's
Yeah.
unbelievable. Yeah,
How
she's
long
a,
is it
it's 3 hours the
movie?
movie. Well, because
Damn,
I
that's
think that's how
crazy.
long she performed for. She performed all 9 or 10 albums. Well, not all of them. Sorry, not all
Yeah,
of
but
them.
like
But
still
she
3 hours
did.
is
Yeah, she did like 3.5 hours or something, and she performed a lot of songs from most of her albums. And Taylor raised a good point because with the pandemic and everything, and when these albums came out, she wasn't able to have a tour for this specific album. So she's
yeah,
like, "Screw it, I'm doing all
doing it
nine and doing
doing
all
all
10."
nine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and she killed it, man. I don't know how she's able to sing, perform, and do all this for 3.5 hours and sell out in so many different cities. God bless her.
What have we talked about this? What's your opinion on people knowing the set list before you go to the concert? Have we talked
um.
about this?
I don't think we have. Even if we have, um, I don't know. I don't want to know the set list beforehand.
I
Um,
agree. I mean, because I know a lot of like the reason why this came up. I know a lot of Swifties like will try and get the set list first because they
mhm.
want to know when to pee and when to like
That makes
leave and
sense.
get merch during the concert.
That makes
But
sense.
which makes sense. Like if you're a girl, like I feel like it makes sense. For me, I'm just like I wouldn't want to know. Like I just want to experience the hype,
Yeah.
and experience like that shock factor. I mean, like us going to Travis, like we had no idea what the set was gonna be.
No. Yeah.
So when he played Fiend 15 times, I got hyped for all 15 of those
Yeah. Yeah.
times.
Obviously. Well.
Like it was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. But
So
yeah, not even not even just for a girl. I think it depends how long the concert is, because that's a long
yeah,
concert. 3.5 hours.
three and a half hours.
I would want to know when I have to pee too. But Trav, 2 hours or something like that. Usually there's an opener, and then you have your time. But yeah, no, I never like to look up the set list. I've by accident been scrolling on social media and someone will post it. So I'll know like a couple songs, and you
Yeah.
also have to know like they also play surprise songs and a new one at each show. But yeah, I don't really want to know what's coming up and when. Because I also don't want to know when the last song is. Actually, that's probably the only
Yeah.
song I actually want to know is the last
Oh,
song.
like when the last song is, so if you hear it, you don't skip it, or if you just get hype and
Kind of
call your
like I
call your
know it's
Uber or get
yeah,
your
like I know it's
train.
at the end. Like when I saw like I think when I saw like Drake and Migos, I think Drake's last song was God's Plan because that was the song at the time, like his big
Oh,
song.
dope. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So like I knew that was his last song. So like when that came on, like I was sad but excited, like
Hype
getting
that
into it because
it
I'm
was
like this
there.
this
Yeah.
is it. This is it. This is the end of the show. So I guess if anything, just the last. But I never look it up and go out of my way.
Yeah, my first concert when I went to Logic, he played he always did apparently like his big thing was he would play like an encore,
Hmm.
and like everybody like he would play one last song and then people would start leaving and then he would come back and he would be like he would play gang related and you would hear like the freaking crazy
Nice,
intro
nice,
and
yeah,
everybody would go crazy and you would see everybody running back like
nice,
that's
yeah.
cool because I think that's like part of like showmanship and like a
Oh yeah,
performer like just like
yeah.
not letting people know like what's next and just doing an encore so
Hmm. No,
I
one
feel
hundred
like that
percent.
that's really cool so that's why I like the shock factor because especially me I had no idea that that was happening
Yeah.
and my brother was like no you gotta stay I was like why I was like this ain't no Marvel movie like why are we staying to the credits. And
Yeah.
then he was like he's coming back out I was like I doubt it
Yeah.
so even now at concerts, I don't leave as soon as like that last light goes off. I wait a little bit. I soak in
Oh yeah, one
what
hundred
we just
percent.
witnessed,
Yeah.
and just in case something ever crazy like that
Yeah,
happens.
there's no rush. Everyone's leaving at the same time. No point in staying on the escalators or the stairs or
Oh
anything. You
yeah,
could just wait as long as possible.
exactly.
Yeah, that's
Unless you're
perfect.
trying to catch a train and just zip out of there,
Well, yeah,
but
of course,
that's
but
hard.
that's kind of out of
That's
your
hard.
control sometimes.
Oh yeah,
But
100%.
yeah, but I know we're kind of talking about music. And speaking about music and Taylor Swift, her boyfriend won this weekend, and kind of leads us into our topic about the NFL playoffs.
He did win
Yes.
indeed. And I gotta say that's a great segue.
Thank
Props.
you. Thank you.
Props.
Yeah.
It's not like it was on our TV screens all the whole game. They kept panning to her. I do gotta say though, her jacket, I love this
Fire.
storyline from this weekend.
Yeah,
I think
fire.
my favorite storyline from the weekend was that Taylor Swift got a jacket made from Kyle Juszczyk, Christian Juszczyk,
Yes.
wife,
Yes.
and she's super talented. Those freaking jackets are amazing, and she makes them by hand.
Dude, I know, and I saw because I saw that she gave one to Brittany Mahomes at first,
Yes.
Mahomes, and then sent a Travis Kelsey one saying if Taylor Swift wants this, here you go, and she wore it, which was even
Yep.
cooler. But I've been seeing she made some for Debo, she's made some for Ayuk, she's made
Yeah.
some for herself, and
I
yeah,
saw she
she's
made one for Taylor Lautner for
she
the
did, she did.
Lions
You're right,
game, which
you're
is
right.
dope. Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're sick. I would love to
So
catch.
cool.
She's probably getting so many requests now. She's blowing up.
Oh, she must not even be able to to make enough because all first of
No
all the
shot.
celebrities are going to be getting those jackets now
I
because
know.
Taylor Swift wore it. And now you have every single Swiftie and NFL player in America or
Yeah,
player or fan wanting those
yeah.
because she's going to have to start mass producing.
She's gonna have to start mass producing or partner with some company because she's not gonna be able to keep up with that much, and someone's gonna steal this idea because
Oh yeah.
it's a good one, and great for Kyle Juszczyk too, commenting on every post saying, "Oh, my wife made that. My
That's my
wife made
wife.
that."
That's
Yeah,
my wife,
that's
dude. Yeah.
awesome.
No,
Love
it's
the
awesome.
support there, and yeah, that was awesome to see that jacket for sure, and seeing
Yeah.
her swag surfing too, wild
Dude,
with Donna
awesome.
Kelsey,
Awesome going like this. Yeah, speaking of the
dude.
game, dude, it was
Yeah,
fucking awesome, man.
yeah,
I think the Chiefs proved that even at their lowest lows of this season, they're
yeah.
still the most dangerous team in the defending
Mm-hmm.
champs.
Yeah,
So I think they kind of proved that I mean, the Dolphins were the best, pretty much the best regular season team
yeah.
in the whole league, and they beat them like hands down, like
Yeah.
no competition.
Yeah,
I feel
and
like.
yeah, they had that explosive offense that everyone talked about all
Yep.
year. And the Dolphins are unfortunately just a team that can't play good against good teams, and they can't play in the cold. So, and the Chiefs were able to handle them quite easily, and the Dolphins fell off quite
Oh
easily at
yeah.
the end of the season as well. A lot of weird weather games this week. The Chiefs don't
Weird
know how
weather.
that game was allowed in negative 30 degrees. You saw everyone's beer freezing. I would be
Dude,
pissed.
that was the craziest thing. I saw this one video. I'm gonna have to pull it up where
Yeah.
the one girl just was getting a water bottle out
Yeah.
of the refrigerator. It was like a smart water bottle.
Yeah.
She takes it out of the refrigerator and then instantly it just freezes. Like you just see the
Yeah.
whole bottle freeze in real time.
Yeah.
That is like the craziest thing to me because the refrigerator is supposed to keep it cold and it was too cold. It was
Yeah.
actually keeping it warm enough so it wouldn't freeze.
No, I know.
That's insane.
No, that was absolutely crazy. And water bottles are probably like $8 to $10, and then any beer
Yeah,
that they open just exploded and turned straight to an icicle. That's $20 right there that you can't
that's
use.
crazy. You had to probably only be able to get liquor if you were at the game.
Yeah,
Like
probably.
just straight shots.
And I would have
You're
needed
like, I'm
it
trying
if
to
I.
get fucked up. Give me vodka.
I don't think you could have paid me enough money to go to that game, even if I was
Oh
on the
no.
field. Because they said on the field was warmer because they have a heated system underneath. It was like 50 degrees on the field, which is nicer,
Yeah,
apparently.
which is good. They have
But
like heaters on the sidelines and stuff. Those things cook though. Those things
yeah,
get hot.
yeah. When I went to the Winter Classic, I think it felt like -7, -10, and that was brutal. Negative, feeling like -30. You
That's
could
dope.
you couldn't hand me a blank check and send me there and make me
Yeah.
stay that whole game. Even if I was a diehard Chiefs fan or Dolphins fan. Um, that was ridiculous. But yeah, Chiefs moving on. Same day, the Texans moving on. Joe Flacco's magic ran out a little bit.
Yeah, that I honestly would have kind of liked to see a run out of the Browns,
Mhm.
but I mean, this Stroud story is just really cool,
Yeah,
man.
he's legit. I think he's just more exciting. I know the Flacco storyline was there. I just think he's
Yeah,
younger and more exciting, so I want to see him kind of keep going.
me too. Me too, definitely.
And then Sunday they obviously moved the Bills game to Monday because there was just still so much snow. They were paying
Crazy.
fans $20 an hour to come there in snow. And did you see the field before the game? Like the field was clear,
Yeah.
but the
Yeah.
stands weren't. And
Yeah.
again, you couldn't pay me enough money to go there. The fans are going to their seat and literally they're acting as human plows and using
Dude,
their legs.
the one video of the Steelers fans just like I think they purposely knew that Steeler fans were going to be
Maybe, yeah,
in that one because I saw in the video you see the other lines just
Yeah.
like, or like the other rows kind of shoveled
Hmm.
out a little bit.
Yeah.
Not not theirs. Theirs was fully packed in snow. They
No,
had to
yeah,
literally barrel
true.
through it. It was crazy.
Yeah, and I was seeing some things fans were talking on Twitter. They said in some sections where it was more clear, you had assigned seats. In other sections, there were no assigned seats because you couldn't see the seats, so you could sit wherever. If I'm
That's
paying
crazy.
$1,000 to go sit in this seat, and they're like, "Yeah, sit wherever," I'm tight. I'm
But dude,
tight.
like that's what I think is just crazy. Like the Bills Mafia definitely have to have the one of the greatest fan bases in all
Oh
of
yeah,
sports,
yeah.
because not only did they go to the game in that weather, they helped the stadium get
Hmm.
ready for that game. The Bills were offering them $20 an hour,
Yeah,
and $20 an hour, free food and free beverages for the game if
yeah,
they helped to shovel
yeah.
out the stadium.
No.
That has to be, when I saw that, I was like, this has to be one of the coolest like experiences in
Oh
sports,
yeah, I
because
would have if I was in Buffalo. I'm doing it.
if Buffalo lost that game, dude, like that would have been crazy. Thank God they won the game.
Yeah.
And I think the fact that all the fans that were there, probably like maybe like 30% of them that actually were there, helped shovel out the stadium,
Hmm.
definitely helped them will them to win that game, because it
Maybe.
was
Yeah,
like,
probably.
if we're losing, we're not hearing the end of this from our
Dude,
fan base.
they would have rioted and lit that place on fire and probably
Oh yeah.
beat up the players if they
Yeah.
look bad. Yeah, that's a good point too. That probably charged them in there too. And
Had to have.
I love seeing them throw all the snowballs after
After everything
interception
happened,
or a
there was just like,
touchdown or something like that. That was a lot of fun.
it
That
was
one you would
cool.
probably get me to more than the Chiefs game for sure because that was just a cool experience with the fans and
Oh
everything.
yeah, definitely. I saw a bunch of videos online of, the Bills Mafia being the Bills Mafia, jumping through fires, tables on fire,
Yeah,
just jumping through tables in general, just
yeah,
doing crazy stuff, like
yeah.
having their regular pizza at the tailgates, like made in a. There's this one guy that makes pizza in a cabinet, like a
Oh,
mailing cabinet, which is crazy.
nice. Yeah.
I think Dave Portnoy actually reviewed that pizza. And but yeah, they're just a different breed, man.
No,
One
they
of the best fan bases in sports, definitely.
For sure. And now we got a good matchup next week. We got the Chiefs going to play the
To the
Bills in
Bills, yeah.
Buffalo, and they're
For
the only reason they're playing in Buffalo is because Darius Tony was offsides. That is the
that's
game that
wild.
separated it against the Bills.
That's
And
crazy.
like I think you were just about to say, Pat Mahomes, what first road
His
playoff game,
first road playoff game ever. He's
which is
only been at home,
absolutely
which is
nuts.
crazy to think about.
Yeah, that
And
is nuts.
I think even the bigger headline, to bring it back to celebrities, is the Haley Steinfeld versus Taylor Swift game. That who are they going to show more on TV? I mean, I got my money on Taylor Swift, even though I'm a huge fan of Haley. I think Taylor
Yeah.
Swift's just bigger,
Uh,
bigger
Yeah, yeah.
celeb.
No, there's gonna be storylines within the storylines.
Yeah.
Not even. Yeah, I hope that the Bills pull through. I like the Bills and Josh Allen. The Chiefs have knocked them out a couple years in a row in the playoffs. So I'm
Yeah,
really rooting for them.
I think it's gonna be a crazy game, man. Like I want the Chiefs to win really badly, because I love Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelsey,
Hmm.
but like I don't know if I really like a rivalry if the other person doesn't win.
Exactly.
So,
That's true.
and if there's a year that Josh Allen is gonna win, it's got to be this year. I feel like, because
It
the
has to
Chiefs
be.
have just not been a complete team until playing the Dolphins.
Yeah.
But who knows, man? I think
Yeah.
it's just gonna be a crazy game.
Yeah. This is their best chance to beat the Chiefs, but I still think the Chiefs win it just because they've had more playoff experience and
I think so
I
too.
think that defense is just going to put Josh Allen through hell.
Yeah.
It also depends, I guess, how the weather is, but based on the conditions those two teams just played in last week,
Oh
I don't
yeah.
think anyone will have an advantage.
Yeah, I don't think I think both teams are very vast to play in both cold or warm weather. They don't really care.
Yeah.
They'll do whatever they needs to win.
Hmm.
But what other games were there this
Well,
week this week?
I think the ones that will probably make you the most happy is seeing your two NFC East rivals go home. The Cowboys and Eagles
Yes.
both get embarrassed. Um,
Yes, let's talk about the Cowboys app first. Absolutely getting destroyed. Dude, like what the hell, man? Like it was just such a surefire thing that Green Bay was gonna win. The headline for this game was McCarthy, versus
Yeah.
his old team again.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody thought that, Green Bay was gonna get absolutely smacked, and it
Mm-hmm.
was the opposite, dude. Like,
Oh my God.
kind of a quick thing too. We talked about Stroud earlier, and Jordan Love, both rookie QBs winning their first playoff games.
Yeah.
Um, Freaking awesome, dude.
Yeah.
It was so awesome that they pretty much had identical stats.
Oh, I saw
Um,
that. Yeah. That
yeah,
was
I
nuts.
took a picture of it. So, Jordan Love threw for 16 out of 21 passes,
Mm-hmm.
272 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 157.2 QBR rating, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then now to CJ Stroud, 16 out of 21 for completions, right? 274 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 157.2 QBR.
That's
What are
nuts.
the odds, dude? Like,
Yeah.
they were separated by 2 yards. Like, that was the only thing separating them. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's fate or whatnot, but like, that's crazy that they both, as rookies, led their teams with the exact same stats to win. Like,
As rookies, yeah, as
that's
rookies,
just crazy.
which is nuts. And yeah, Jordan Love started the year off slow, came in hot to the playoffs, and like you said, I mean the Cowboys. Everyone knows they're not good in the playoffs, but this
Yeah.
was a choke of all chokes. They have not lost a game at home all year,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure they won all their games by like an average of like 20 points.
Yeah.
They would, Dak would throw for 4 touchdowns every game. They would always put up 40 points. And I remember I wasn't even home yet as I finally sat down, coming home from Long Island. The game was 27-0 at halftime,
Dude, it
or
was crazy.
27-7. They might have got one
Yeah.
at the end. It was like 27-0 at one point, and
Yeah.
Dak had a pick six. He had another pick, and
Yeah.
I get all the Dak hate, but I mean that defense that was so good
That
all
defense was
year.
so good all year. How do you give up that many points? I mean, I think
Yeah,
they had 2 points that were offensive, or defensive points. So it's
yeah,
nothing really the defense can do in that point. It's the
I
offense
know.
giving up the points.
Yeah,
But still, like, you're supposed to be this this crazy defense. How do you not even like return the favor and get some points back for your boys? Your offense
exactly.
is struggling.
Yeah, and
So
and like that final score was 48-32. That is not what the game was like. I mean, the Cowboys
yeah,
scored a lot of points in garbage time. I mean, Dak still finished with 400 yards. Doesn't
crazy.
matter. Yeah, it was second
Yeah,
half. He's probably threw 300 of those when he was down by 27.
exactly.
Um,
Just throwing, no running at all. Tony Pollard did not see the ball in the second half.
no, exactly. Yeah, so that was just a mess. Crazy to see. I did not think they were going to make a deep run, but I thought they would at least get through this one. But they're home early.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see CJ Stroud play next week.
Hmm.
Um, or sorry, not CJ Stroud. I'm excited to see Jordan Love and CJ Stroud play next week.
Yep.
But this week the Eagles losing to Baker Mayfield and the Bucks. Another crazy thing, because Baker Mayfield has more wins, playoff wins in the past you know 6 years he's been in the league
Hmm.
than the Cleveland Browns as a whole.
Yeah.
I think they have one playoff win, which Baker Mayfield helped them get,
Yeah.
and Baker Mayfield has three now. He's
Yeah.
so, which is
No.
crazy.
No, I know.
And to see him just go in and just light up that Eagles defense.
That
He threw
was
for
embarrassing.
Yeah, he threw for over 300 yards, and he was an absolute menace, dude. And the thing was, I was watching the game that, like, it wasn't even that the schemes that the Eagles were just like drawing up just like weren't good. It was the fact that they just couldn't tackle anybody.
I've never seen anything like that. And Baker Mayfield was lighting it up, and they talked about it in the broadcast. They had like 5 or 6 drops in that first half. That game, they could
Yeah,
have put up 60 points, honestly, if it wasn't for that. But yeah, the Eagles at the end of the year, their defense fell apart, became a problem. Well, all season, but especially the last second half of the season just fell apart. And everyone thought, what's going to happen in this game? I think the first 15 minutes of that game, or 15, 20 minutes, they looked terrible. They didn't look like they wanted to
terrible.
be there.
Nah.
They had no offense besides Devonta Smith. Obviously, AJ Brown is hurt, and I think he's going to want out of there this offseason.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, that defense, anytime a guy kind of even had like 5 yards of separation, you have two, three guys on him. And then they would
It
just
was
try and
crazy.
they would try and like two-hand touch you. And then the guy was running for like 50 more yards. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe what was happening. I mean,
Crazy.
I knew they were coming and slumping the Eagles, but that was embarrassing and
Yeah.
sad. I hated to see it.
Yeah. It was wild, man. And like, especially now watching the end of the game and hearing everything saying that one of our favorite players, even
Mm,
though I personally do not like the Philadelphia Eagles,
mm,
seeing Jason Kelsey retire out of such a terrible I feel like as a player too, he like went into the season probably thinking he was going to retire, and
yeah,
you're on a good team. Like you guys had such a hot start. You beat the Chiefs, like a team who
yeah,
was like known to be really good.
yeah.
And ever since they beat the Chiefs, they ended up going 1-6 in
Hmm.
their last 7 games.
Yeah.
And just absolutely absurd to me how that even happened.
I know. Everyone keeps joking about it that that fall off should be studied.
And yeah,
And
and the fact that Jason Kelsey is retiring now, man, is just it's just sad to see a player that is loved by so many people, like just the NFL fan base in general,
mhm.
just kind of go out on that kind of note. It's just so sad, man.
I know
Uh
it was so sad just seeing him stand there and like he wasn't upset or teary eyed because that was a loss. You could kind of tell like that was his last loss and his last
yeah,
game. And yeah, to see him go out like that, where just even the offensive line didn't have a lot of answers for the blitzes. Jalen Hurts
yeah.
was getting pressured every time, and yeah, great career for him. Hopefully, he continues the podcast. Him and Travis,
Oh yeah, I think
in
I think
retirement.
that is gonna be going for years to come. I think even after they retire, I think they're gonna be having that podcast forever. I think it's gonna
Hmm.
be something great. So I'm excited as a podcast people ourselves to
Yeah,
continue listening to them.
yeah, no, but yeah, that was sad to see go, and I also hated that. I mean, other fans won't, but I hated that his last brotherly shove was unsuccessful.
Yeah,
Also,
me
did
too.
not go. It
I
went.
I'm a,
That was one of the people usually have magical send offs in their last game.
yeah,
The Derek Jeters and all those guys of the world.
exactly.
That was not the greatest last game. It
Yeah,
was
he deserved
unfortunate.
more. He deserved more, but I am very
Hmm.
happy that the Eagles and Cowboys lost.
Hmm.
But another crazy historical win, the last game that I think we haven't talked about yet.
Hmm.
Um, the Rams at the Rams at the Detroit Lions,
Yes.
seeing that fan base win
Hmm.
for the first time in 30 years, man.
Yeah.
That's cool, dude.
Yeah,
That's cool.
no, that was awesome. I was rooting pretty heavy for the Matt Stafford beating them storyline,
I low key was too. I mean, he
but
lit it up. He lit
yeah,
it up.
but it was also great to see the Lions win. I was a game where it was win-win. I didn't care who won.
Yeah, I
But
was happy
yes,
they won. I was rooting for them too. But like when watching the game, it was like,
mhm.
dude, like if Stafford could like stop them from winning, like what a
Oh my
storyline,
God, they
man.
would have hated him. I hated how they booed him.
I did
Um,
too.
and his family, like he's one of the hard nosed tough players still left in the league where
Yeah,
you've seen him get knocked out cold, I think, in that game and come back. He's had
yeah,
dislocated, broken shoulders, broken ribs, and he gave that city everything. I mean,
he
and
did.
it just never worked out for him. I mean, even when he was with Megatron and all those guys, like it just didn't work out.
He just didn't have like great teams. He definitely
Mhm,
him and Calvin Johnson were great players. He just didn't have a team good enough to like get farther in the playoffs. So
mhm,
it's tough.
yeah,
But dude, I think the coolest part out of that whole interaction was Dan Campbell giving the ball to Jared Goff and
yeah,
saying, "You're good enough for
mhm,
Detroit,
yeah.
Jared Goff."
Well, yeah,
And awesome. Just a
yeah,
great moment.
because that was, I think, the storyline that a lot of fans forgot about. That he
Yep.
was also the other one in that trade who got traded from the Rams because they were done with him, and it probably didn't help that he got traded away from the Rams, and Stafford was able to bring the Rams a Super Bowl that following
Yeah.
year. So I'm sure that didn't sit well with him. So I'm sure he's got another chip on his shoulder there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, just exciting storylines. Really, scriptwriters went great this weekend. I know
Yeah,
some games
dude.
were
Great
blowouts,
job.
but
Great
yeah,
job.
great job, and we'll definitely keep you updated whenever the next podcast is. Whenever Carl's back in the states, unless
Yeah,
we
man.
record in
Back in
Colorado.
the States. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we could record in Colorado. Fuck it,
Yeah,
man.
or
Let's do it.
back in the states, back in your home state, not
Back in
back
my
in.
home
Yeah,
state.
not
Yeah.
leaving the states, but
Maybe
no,
next trip. Maybe next trip I'll leave the States. Maybe next trip.
maybe. But yeah, football was a lot of fun this weekend. I can't wait for the rest of it.
Football was great, man. I can't wait to see if our Super Bowl predictions pan out. I know I think my storyline, I think I had Detroit there. So if they're stick to this pace, I think Detroit can make it. So we'll see what
Yeah, I
happens.
mean, mine. I didn't really have to stress about too much. I picked the two buys before they were the buy teams. I had the
Before they were the
Ravens and
bye teams.
49ers.
Yep.
So
Yep.
probably won't happen because what's the odds of one versus a one? But
Exactly.
could
Hey,
could be my
hey,
year.
who knows? Both teams look really good, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that's all the topics we had today. I think we get right into our game.
Dude, let's do it. Let's do it.
Sounds good. So we're going back to a personal favorite, a classic. Me and Carl have three start bench cuts each. Can never say that word right. Start bench cuts each.
Yes.
And yeah, let's get right to it. Everyone knows the game by now. Carl, you want to guess first, or be on the
I
receiving
wanna
end,
I
or
wanna
give
be on
it?
the receiving end first. I would
Gotcha.
like to be the receive. I would like to receive the ball.
Gotcha.
Receive.
All right. So we talked about WWE recently.
Oh
Uh,
yes, yes.
so I'm gonna go with a couple of WWE wrestlers I know we loved growing up,
Start bench cut. Let's go.
and you're gonna do exactly that. So I got CM Punk, John Cena, and Shawn Michaels.
Oh,
Could have been a lot harder. Also, could
oh,
have
it
been a
could
lot
have been a
easier.
lot harder. Oh, it could have been a lot easier too. All right, I think I'm gonna start John Cena.
Mhm.
He's my favorite of all time, I
Yeah,
think. I think I'm gonna go number two for just how much I love his signature move. I'm going with Shawn Michaels, and then I'm
nice,
going to bench Shawn Michaels, and then I'm going to cut CM Punk because
understandable.
I do like CM Punk. I just feel like um he's I'm very happy he's back, but I think it's very hype right now. Like his hype I think was like towards like when I stopped watching as much,
Yeah,
when he got like super popular.
fair.
But yeah, I think
Gotcha.
those are my three.
Love it.
Would you say what would yours have been
Would
if
have
you
been
were
the
to
same thing.
choose?
I would have
Same?
agreed with you
Let's
100%.
go.
Yeah, I would have
Nice.
agreed.
Let's go.
It's my bucket list item to sweet chin music someone someday in a fight. So
Oh yeah, easily.
if
Dude,
I
I'm
could ever
getting
get my
there,
leg
man.
up that high, yeah.
And Muay Thai, I at least do it at least once or twice a time. I get into the gym on the bag when I get in there. I
Oh,
try.
sweet.
I try.
Yeah. See, there you go.
All right. My first one I have for you
All right.
is to kind of stick to the Marvel talk here. I got three characters that are
Ah,
very
jeez.
near and dear to Thor's heart.
Oh.
Um I got I got Korg,
Nice.
Meek,
Oh, boy.
or Heimdall.
Oh,
Who you
boy.
start benching and cutting?
Do I have to do it from like my perspective or like if I'm
Yeah,
Thor himself?
from Tyler Thor Odin's son himself.
Gotcha. If it's from oh god, that's a toughie. Uh when I heard the three names, I think immediately I just have to start Korg, just a
You
bro, some
had
guy
to.
you
You
can have
had to.
pizza with, play some video games, have some beers. Really a good stand-up dude. Um, I think I have to bench Heimdall and then cut Meek. Sorry,
Dude,
Meek.
I
I
think
don't
that's
really.
where the hard one is, man. Because I know how
Yeah,
much we all love Meek, but
yeah,
like Heimdall's is the G, bro. He's
yeah.
been there from the beginning.
Heimdall is awesome. And I can't understand Meek, so I don't know how much I could really like chill with him. I know he's good with Korg, so I could have put them together, but I can't cut Heimdall. He's dope.
He's also got scissors for hands. I don't know how great that would turn out.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Can't dab him up. What can you really do?
Yeah, what are we gonna do? Oh, that's awesome.
All right, so I'll go to my next one. These are definitely food items loved by you or both of
Oh,
us,
let's
but
go.
you specifically. You have to start bench cut pizza, Chick-fil-A, and our favorite deli in the entire world, Seaport from Port Jeff.
Dude, I don't think you could have made this harder. All right, so the other two are brand places. Is there a specific pizza or just pizza in general?
Hmm, great question. Didn't think about that one ahead of time. Probably just pizza in general. So like you could never
Okay.
have pizza again.
Okay, so yeah, I would have to pick pizza because pizza is like my top two favorite of all
Gotcha. So,
time.
so you're starting that, or
Starting
gotcha.
pizza. And then dude, this is the toughest one.
Hmm.
Um I'm going to have to go
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to go Seaport. I'm gonna have to
Mm,
go Seaport because the variety at Seaport is
yeah.
just too great. to overcome Chick-fil-A. I mean, you can get literally any type of sandwich imaginable there and it'll
Hmm.
still be freaking fire. I think they have like over 87 like sandwich options. So the fact that you have 87 options just for sandwiches alone, and then that's not even including all of the,
I'm
salads and the egg sandwiches they make, like, or whatever. Like,
I'm hitting the under on the 87. I'm saying they have a lot. I'm hitting the under. 87
you're
is
hitting
a
the under.
high amount of sandwiches. Are you kidding?
All right.
I'm not doing it
I
right
the
now.
next
I'll
the
look it up
next time I go
after.
to Seaport, I'm
Yeah.
going there and I'm going to count each one.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Because I'm taking the under, but
And then I'm cutting Chick-fil-A. That pains me so much
criminal.
because I love Chick-fil-A. But
Yeah.
I just think it's hard to just like miss up on those two because
Yeah.
pizza is just fire. And then,
Yeah.
damn, that really hurts me. That really hurts.
Yeah, but Seaport is
Wow.
that good.
All right, mine for you, sticking on the food trend, is gonna go with Sammy's, like sandwiches.
Okay.
So I got the Italian sub, chicken cutlet with
Ooh.
mozzarella and red
Oh,
pepper,
the works, the works. Okay.
or ham and Swiss.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna cut ham and Swiss right away. I like ham and Swiss, but just
Yeah,
just compared to the other ones,
so much better.
yeah, I'll bench the Italian sub because I don't get it enough. I gotta start the chicken cutlet, hero or sandwich, whatever you want to call it, hoagie. No, but
I think that's how I would go to.
yeah,
I think that's the right way.
yeah, exactly, with some fresh mozz and balsamic, some broccoli rabe on it
You do
too.
have one person though that's gonna be really upset with you about that pick though. Your sister Jill loves Italian subs, so she's
I
gonna be
kept it
really
around.
upset.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I kept it around. She loves them from all the places. That's what she gets at Seaport actually. But
yeah.
she'll be a little.
There's literally so many greater options, and she gets
I
freaking
know
Italian
she gets the
subs.
most. She gets the Italian sub. You could get Subway or Jersey Mike's or
Yeah,
anything. But
yeah.
I digress.
I digress.
My last one for you is I don't even know what to call this topic. I guess it's things you like. So whichever one you cut, you kind of have to go without
Okay.
for the rest of your life. So
All
I'm
right.
going Funko Pops,
Oh.
your posters, or video games. So
All right.
some decorations have to go behind you possibly, or
Off the
video
bat,
games.
off the bat, I'm cutting posters. As much as I love posters, I think I could really do without them.
Yeah,
I think I'm going to bench my Funko Pops as much as that
nice,
hates me. It's definitely a hobby. I mean, like, dude, like, look at all this shit, bro. I have so many, and this isn't even
dude.
all of them.
Dude,
I
that's
have
crazy.
I have so many.
Have you ever
Like,
seen some of those people who collect and they keep them in the boxes and they have like their whole entire wall is them?
yeah, no, that's absurd.
I
I
also don't
don't
like
think I
keeping them
could
in the
do that.
boxes.
I hate keeping them in boxes, especially
Yeah,
most of the ones I have are bobbleheads. And
yeah,
like even like this one talks. Like if this was in the box, how would you know that it talks?
yeah. How would you know Wakanda's forever?
Yeah,
Really?
exactly. Like this shit's freaking dope.
Yeah,
And then but yeah, and then I would have to start video games because I
yeah.
think that's one of my like absolute favorite
Hmm.
pastimes. I
Sure.
think for all men that live lives just
Ever? Yeah.
ever, if you don't love video games, there's something wrong in your brain. Even if you're just a casual player that just likes to play like the regular role-playing games, like just like story-based games, or if you're a competitive gamer like Joey Matz over there who plays CS:GO or
Who's grinding right now?
Pro COD. Yeah, he's actually grinding some homework. Good on him, not gaming right now.
That a
But
boy.
anyway, so yeah, video games starting, Funko Pops benching hurts, and then um yeah, cutting my posters. Yeah, sorry, wall space, but you gotta go.
Fair enough. Just fill up with more Funko Pops.
That's what I was gonna just say.
There
More shelves, more Funko Pops,
you go.
or keep them in the boxes. All right, my last one for you. Especially because it just snowed for around here in New York. I don't know if you guys got a lot of snow up there in Connecticut.
We got a decent amount.
But yeah, we got a decent amount of snow here. I mean, the first kind of like snowfall that's stuck in like about like a year and a half. It really hasn't been a lot of snow
Okay.
here in New York. So I got some winter activities for you,
Nice one.
especially snow themed.
Very nice.
So I'm going with ice hockey on a frozen pond, which I
Oof.
I know I know you really
Oof.
love that one a lot.
That's a fun one.
I got snowball fights,
Mm-hmm.
and building a snow fort.
Ooh. Hmm.
Yeah, three really good snow activities, I would
Yeah.
I would say.
Those are good. I think I got to start the playing on a frozen pond though.
Yeah, I think that one's totally you.
I had the privilege of doing it a couple times. One winter when it was very cold and it was a lot of fun as advertised. Some people even had their skates, so it was nice skating around on it. So yeah, that's number one. And a snowball fight or a snow fort. I built some good snow forts in a day, some igloos, stuff like that. But I'd have to go snowball fight. I'll bench
Yeah,
and I'll cut a fort. As fun as it is,
yeah. I mean, but yeah, I would have to agree with your picking there. I mean, it's
yeah.
definitely tough between the benching and the cutting one because I feel like
Hmm.
building a fort with like your sibling or like one of
Yeah.
your boys when you were like younger, like
Hmm.
nothing beats it. You build it all day and then you just sit there for like 15 minutes and you're like, all right, now it's too cold. I'm gonna go inside.
Yeah. Now it's
Um,
time to get some hot cocoa.
but just pelting somebody with a snowball is like my first reaction when I see snowfall.
Oh my
Like
God,
my
you're
first
running around
reaction.
and you're army crawling and you're going around the
Yeah,
house or, if you're in the woods, going behind a tree or something, a park or something.
yeah.
Yeah, there's just nothing better. You compact it and, really throw off the arm strength.
Oh yeah, totally,
Yeah.
totally.
You put some rocks inside. No, I'm just kidding.
You're freaking kill someone.
Yeah. No, that was good. Those were all good ones. I liked them all.
I love start bench cut. If we could do this every single freaking show, I would, but it would get too repetitive probably.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. No, I think that's great. And I think that's all we got.
dude, yeah, great episode 22. We got a lot more for you guys this year. Go buy some merch if you haven't already. I know that I'm freaking bombing the TikToks with the merch thing. So if you don't follow the TikTok already, please do. We're trying to get to 1,000 followers before the end of the month.
Hmm.
We only have 8 more followers to go, so that'd be super hype if you are listening right now and don't currently follow. And follow us on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and wherever you find your podcast. Let's go two man, let's go Mets, and hopefully we see a lot of Taylor Swift and Haley Steinfeld this weekend's games. So
Retweet everything my boy said. Peace out, guys.
peace out, baby. Two man life, baby. Two man.